What up, world? You already know what time it is. Boy, man, it's the host with the most never need to brag no most. All we ever did was give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way. Was players to play. And parlay this mediocre game. Oh, my game is great more. This game is mediocre as hell. They're both 0-3. The Dolphins and the Jets. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Outlaw, where you at? Damn, dog. These guys are already losing 10-0. Damn, good. Illegal motion, offense number 5.
Sets up 4th and 5 from the 36. You see, look at all the communication that's going on up here. Justin's asking for the snap. It seems like Garrett's trying to time that snap. That's what forces that penalty. I still think if you're the Jets right now, you have to anticipate pressure. Dolphins through a touchdown on 4th down, and the Jets keep this drive going. Lead 5. Look at where their Wilson's lined up now. It's number 3 in the slot. Pressure shown in broad fields for Travis, and he'll be set. The ball is out. Scooped up. And Miami's pass rush gets home and creates a second takeaway. Jalen Phillips recovered it. Glenn's team turns it over again. Dotson forced the fumble. And then a takeaway this season.
Dotson forced the fumble. Ten nothing Fins, y'all. A pretzel bun?
It gets you nice and excited. It gets something else. The NBA or ESPN is happening now.
So yeah.
You make a child smile. Well, see, you can tell them joke. You can give them
It's an episode of Late Night Mac Talk. I'm going to chop down. We're going to break down the game, go in and out, and the topics as well, you know. Sometimes the game be lagging and slow and shit. Right.
If you're like I was, you're tired of worn out plastic mats under your office.
I got to keep y'all entertained, you know what I'm talking about?
And you're uncomfortable all along. I found a premium alternative, a glass chair by Matraza. I liked it so much.
So I had a cut of Style Speed. Responding to Wack. One of the classic, you know what I'm saying? You know, Wack had a perfect opportunity to agree with Style Speed. Push his whole thing about, you know, not being in the gang. Staring the kids away from the street and thinking more business minded, you know.
20% off any glass chair mat at Matraza.com.
But I don't think Rock is that intelligent to pick up on that and use that to your advantage. And so, yeah, he lets it go in a whole nother direction. That was unwarranted.
they stop for no gain. By Gardner. This is the effect of
So stop for no gain.
timing and rhythm of people trying to get the football.
No gain.
Double team Garrett Wilson coming off the football. You see Bradley Chubb. He doesn't rush the passer. He puts hands on him, knocks him to the ground. Then everything starts to fall apart from there. And then you'll see stunt, wrap pressure. This is exactly the stuff that Tampa Bay got after this Jets offense with last week. Anthony Weaver, the defensive coordinator, really smart, really intense coach. His units flying around from they struggled against the run, but situational football, they've been very good. Phillips has missed so many games with injuries recent years. He's the big pick up there. Tyreek and the limiter force of 9. Then Bob really began to unravel the position here. Yeah, it was a solid momentum. Peter. Talk about Anthony Weaver on Friday in his press conference.
So let's see what stuff she got to say.
All of our problems that we need to
Shout out to everybody out there doing the thug thizzle. Y'all ain't got much to break down today. Pull up.
Violence is a different meaning of football contest because he's quick, explosive movements, hard hitting, across the middle. Tua completes. Tyreek retreats, looking at the first 10 yardage, but is able to skate the scoop down here to 25. Another conversion of the catch by Hill, but there's a flag down. Oh, they walk it back. Offense. Larry Bourne, the right tackle.
So let's see what stuff.
Penalties a factor for both sides.
And these niggas don't make no sense. But it's really gangsters.
I said what I said. First of all, I shouldn't even have to say it. There's a community of us who.
Benefits over 10,000.
Once you have a certain background, you should know to say to show. This is not a gang member thing. This is not a hip hop thing. This is not even a black person thing. This is a human fucking being thing. If I know this road is gonna lead me to being fucked up, if I know I've been down there, my home been down there, my brother, or my cousin, my other homie, here's the results of going down there. I let you as a shorty do that. And I'm supposed to be a gangster. No, you's a bitch. That's to everybody across the world, but people are scared to say it because you're scared of the repercussions, but really somewhere inside you, something is broken because you're supposed to say, nah, man, nigga, don't go down that road. Go plans, go do that. You go, not a nigga who ain't supposed to have a strap on him in the first place. That everybody from a certain place is a certain way. It's not like that. It may be, say if you're in the strip, it's 3 project buildings. Is all 3 of them buildings full of shooting niggas, crack selling niggas, this and that? No, it's not. It's not, but it's an image.
Here's the issue. You're not wrong, right? Identity is so personal to people. And if they don't have that identity, who are they? Nobody can question your street cred and your bars. But now you've transitioned as a gangster to stop. If they stop,
You do, if you're not growing, what are you doing? You're dead. You're pretty much dead if you're not growing.
Mhm.
That's like saying you're a grown man and you're still in a young mentality.
Mhm.
And then you may have an identity, but that don't mean you can't grow out of that identity and grow into more. You're not limited by age to stop growing mentally or spiritually. You're not. It's just they put it in a box, and you don't have to. It doesn't mean I'm not. I love gangster shit. 180, we all are. The other side of that is peace.
The
And then
balance.
you picking a side and saying, here's where to go. So I'm not saying don't be a gangster no more. Be a gangster for the right cause. I've thrown my life with the dice more than a few times, bro. So I can tell you from experience, don't do that. That's crazy. Because everybody don't beat it. I know I'm lucky. I know I'm lucky. I know I'm lucky to be alive. It comes with age and maturity.
Of course.
Or who you're around.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them will have that identity problem because you're around the wrong people. You ain't around people who's identifying themselves as, all right, here's where we started. Here's what we did. We started in this place. Don't mean we got to be stuck in that place. And then if you really study gangster shit, see, there's a difference between a whole life. He's fucking not intelligent enough to grow, change, evolve into something bigger to say, all right, I don't want you to go through that. It's another way you could do it. And right now you can make more. Yo, shorty, you can make more money with cocaine. Why get in trouble? Why even, now it's not even sensible. At least back then you could have said, stock job, you getting $5.50 an hour.
Yeah. It made sense to do criminal shit.
Like, I was getting $5.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Rent cost this much. I got to bust a move. Now you got opportunities to figure it out. And even if you don't, you got more an example of how they make examples out of people who aren't smart. So it's like, it ain't like, I think people think gangster just don't mean you're a hood nigga that's a blood or a crip or shoot and butt your whole life and never get into no shit. That's some kind of gangster shit. How the fuck did you this nigga dumb? I'm over here, I got charges. These niggas want to kill me. I got, I'm beefing over here. I'm stressed out. This nigga's chilling. Shooting jumpers, making his drives. Nobody's bothering this nigga. Like, you could skate through, bro. Like, you could. And I think it's a misconception because it's like, nigga, if you gangster, stay gangster. Don't lead him down the road, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's so I'm saying it out of example. So you're saying I do have the cred. So that's what I'm telling you. So it could seep in and be like, nah, bro, that shit ain't really it, bro. That shit ain't it. And you already know it ain't it. Because you know why? Anytime you're in a mix and you see them sirens, think about how your gut feel. You already know.
I don't want to go.
Right or wrong. Like, this ain't not
It's
everybody.
You be like, why?
Cell phone, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, here's the parallel shit. What we you want to have a fucking smell ass and feet. Those nails, nigga. Tell me what to do when they shit. Like, you got to pick. I did something like, yo, bro, I could tell you experience. Days ago, kill you. A lot of niggas don't make it back from that. Like, dead serious. It's like some niggas get caught in the mix. Bro, you acting tough for him and me. He's really fucking crazy. You know you not crazy. Now you on this, you're talking on this. That's how shit happens all of the time. Stay the fuck out the way and get the money. It's much more money to get now, too. Also, they don't have to, it don't mix, bro. There should have been enough indictments to tell niggas this. The proof is in the pudding. It's enough dead people and enough indictments to go, all right. Here's the thing. Gangster shit is really for gangster people. And that's where it ain't. We getting shit confused.
So we don't need gangsterism or gangster mentality in hip hop no more?
Only for, I didn't say that. Only for gangster people. If it's really authentic.
Let me ask you
and
this.
Don't fabricate it to make up and to because of
we better have a debate as a man in the street shit. Which is worse? Everybody says it's the same. All the rhymes.
Ty.
See, everyone.
Ty.
Yo, he not even blinking.
Nah, that's a tie.
I got a real question.
That's a tie.
Well, what you got to say to that, Wack? Nigga, you 50 years old, dog. Nigga, you 50. What the hell are you talking about? For no reason. That's not even in the gangster shit. That's what's crazy about it. And that's what they do, you know? That's why niggas like Styles P exist. Set the record straight. And niggas like me, you know what I'm talking about? If I'm gonna be a gangster, I'm gonna be a gangster for a good cause at a certain age, you know? Other than that, you just stupid. Goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Another 5-yard penalty. You know what's crazy? You heard it again. You heard the offensive line say on the double. That's meaning the double look by the center, so he's going to pick his head up once, pick his head up twice. The Sparks are better.
So let's see what this is now. They say they got paperwork on Styles P. I don't believe it. Hey, that's entertainment. Everybody out there.
Wack 100 responds back to Styles P with a final warning. Now, this beef kind of gets a little bit too serious right now because Wack, actually says he got his paperwork and everything in regards to his altercation, but he explains how Styles P has no rank or respect because he's from the East Coast and he's not a gang member. Response back to Wack, but Wack Styles P, y'all.
But you and Wack going back and forth. I'm not going back and forth with anyone. No. One once you have a certain background, you should know this thing. This is not a hip hop thing. This is not even a black person thing. This is a human fucking being thing. If I know this road is gonna lead me to being fucked up, if I know I've been down there, my homie been down there, my brother, my cousin, my other homie, here's the results of going down that road. And I do that. And I'm supposed to be
mentioned Crip, blood. He never mentioned none of that. So when they took off on him, see, why I got a problem with Styles P is when he said, all you niggas are no jumper that's sitting on the side of him, y'all in violation. I sit on the side of him every week. Who you talking to? Nigga, you ain't nobody. Nigga, you went to jail for stabbing somebody in the ass cheeks. Bust that ass, nigga. You in the motherfucking club.
Wait, how you know?
Don't like you?
They gonna say anything.
They sent it to me.
For sure.
Right? So you in the club, you got a problem with a nigga. You walking up behind him. Ankle calf. You hit a nigga in the butt cheek.
He trying to get away.
You hit a nigga in the glutes. Knife in the butt cheek. Ain't on the shake. So my thing is, I fuck with the group. I fuck with Jadakiss. I fuck with the group, but like, nigga, don't never call me out on nothing. You ain't qualified. You ain't got the right. You ain't no Crip. You ain't no blood. Nigga, don't mention my name. Say, hey, Adam, white boy. We don't like you speaking on our culture. That's cool, right? Adam can deal with that. You know, we ain't going to, you know, as long as you don't come around here, around us, trying to do nothing to him, we cool. But don't get to thinking you are a... Think about it. He had to home in on it. Watch this man's butt. Walk up on it. Position itself, and then aim... You know what I'm saying, baby? You know how I do you at home. Stab you in the booty. But she's a woman. Oh. This nigga Styles P, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't want to hear none of that gangster shit you be talking on your music and none of that. Shout out to Jadakiss. He told a nigga, I ain't never been to jail. I understand the streets and I rap about the streets. But you... He's like, niggas is sitting next to you and you homed in on a man's cakes. Nigga. The only rap. Fuck the nigga in the booty, bro.
Man, we gotta come together, man. Stop the violence. Who came together?
The cheeks. The cheeks. They calling with this nigga, but don't shoot no torpedoes at me, bro. You a great rapper and all that cool. Think you got one gold album in your whole mother life. Great. Like 25 years ago. Salute to Jadakiss. He one of my favorites. Salute to man. I love what y'all did for my brother K Slay. But nigga, don't you ever in your life think you anything out here when you don't even know what you talk. Y'all hear a lot of shit that we say, and you know it's some different shit going on. Like, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. But and this, man, them fans don't give a damn about what flag you drop now. They busting your ass for the flag they caught you with. Right? So now he's saying, we're doing a drop your flag challenge, right? Okay, cool. That's your business, right? You got a RICO if you think that's gonna do you some good. Cool. I think what Hocus Focus is doing is, I'm dropping my flag now. So when I go tell on these niggas, I to drop your flag challenge. That's cool. That's something you're doing in New York. We don't drop no flags out here. I'm not a gangbanger. We ain't dropping no. I'm from where I'm from. Dropping the flag is a PC move out here
in LA.
We don't do that's like.
I can't think of anybody really who's like formally denounced where they're from, aside from people who leave in disrepute, like snitching primarily.
Let me speak.
We ain't dropping no flag
In New York,
outside.
apparently it's a little different.
So Wack says we ain't dropping no flags in LA, and then proceeds to say he's not a gangbanger. If you were saying and every Wax said he's saying he's Paru, but he's saying he don't drop his flag. He don't drop his flag. So you don't gangbang. That's the dumbest shit ever. So just say you're still gangbanging. Dropping your flag would mean stopping the destruction of what's going on in the world, you know? So that nigga is a goof. He just, anything that comes to his brain. He don't know that everything he says contradicts himself. But shout out to all my folks out there who make the business loving life. You know, that's why I come up here. I try to be as, you know, give y'all the real me. Community, you know what I mean? I be chopping it up with y'all. Because I don't want y'all to be scared or nothing like that to come and chop it up, man. You know, if y'all need some advice or whatever the case may be, I'm here, man. It's your boy Mac. I ain't never going to tell y'all niggas wrong. Put y'all in the right direction. And yeah, man, just kicking good game. That's what we do. You know? Enjoying life, watching the football games, man. Not letting us, none hold us back from our goals. Just striving for the betterment of everybody every day. Shout out to Jason Kelsey. He's out here commentating on the game, breaking it down. Got his retirement swag on. I ain't mad at you. So the Jets almost had a touchdown, but they fumbled it. Damn. Trash ass Jets. So now, do you think Styles P should respond to Wack or just say, yo, just forget about it? I think he ain't gonna say shit because at the end of the day, Wack is just a walking contradiction. He's gonna say, oh, I don't gangbang, but we don't denounce her. We don't drop our flags, but you don't gangbang. So what? Are you a gangster or not? And if you are, is it logical? Speak on something from a whole nother coast. No, right? Why y'all letting the white boy do it? That's another contradiction in itself. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. But we're gonna continue to watch the game Shout out to everybody out there. It's halftime. We'll be back at it. We'll be back at it shortly. And then what I gotta do. 8 minutes left till the second half starts. Score is 10-3. And yeah, I gotta talk about Dame and Revolt. Dame broke it down today. He's like, yo, this guy try to line me up. When it comes to business, you can't be playing sucker moves, you know? There's a paper trail for everything. You're liable. So I like the way Dame down is broke it down today. Breaking down the whole lawsuit thing and everything like that. Because Revolt is actually a company, our shareholders and everything like that. So they have to do stuff by the book. But let's go ahead and before this game comes back on, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Dane doing his stuff. Fizzle. Breaking this shit down like how a real nigga would. A real nigga should.
Check, checkmate. Check, check, checkmate. Checkmate. Check, return. Checkmate. Check. Check how you move in. Finger like I'm Sims, cylinder, I got the laser and the light on you. You can't move. I know shit about you. Fuck with the same women. Face killer. Breakfast like dinner. Your new name, Fredo. Disrespected. The legend. He ain't never been to war before. He's too delicate, too delicate. He's telling on checkmate, check.
So like I said, I wanted to do after I leave, be on the radio every day. I feel like they have allegedly a network of people that spread and distribute misinformation. And again, it was like he let that dude say his whole agenda. And if people didn't believe in that guy before, now they could possibly believe in him. It almost like he came up there to say, tell everybody why they should think like you. Let me tell everybody why you should think. But I'm gonna do that for the laws related to the chairman situation. And then I'll expound on that story later, was that I have no intention of running Revolt staff, because when my content is on there, I don't use Revolt staff. I use my staff. And I am the chairman of my family office. So when I'm on Revolt with my content, which I made that they did not pay for, I am, in fact, the chairman of that content that's on anywhere, because you don't own it. And what I need to understand is Revolt is Berserker New has no debt. Revolt uses other people's technology for their programmatic ads. I have my own programmatic ads. One of the things I was going to present is, instead of using, and no disrespect, they use a LBGT, whatever you call it. I'm sorry with it. And again, what's it called? LBG. You took like follow this. So in this, when you buy a company, there's like preferred stock and there's common. And what would happen if a company gets sold, especially if they have a lot of debt, the debt would get paid off. Let's say the company got sold for like $80 million and they owe 70. So the debt would get paid off first, and there'd be 10 million left. And then the preferred stock would probably get the majority of that. And whatever's left, then common gets. The Tavio has common stock. I guess, again, I don't understand the infrastructure, and that's what I was trying to learn. I guess the common manages the company, but he definitely represents that he owns it, but he owns the common. They were asking for a phenomenal number, and this show explained that the multiple was like 10, and that's not the multiple. It's at 4 at most, because the industry's not doing so well. So it was no way anybody could buy. But what they were doing was making us all put in bids. Luke made a very high offer, and you get 30 days to go close. So it doesn't mean the ability to go get the money. He's never there. That were like, it's like, if you're a good businessman in that world, money to 3 days to go get raised, sold was only. So what it looked like to me was he used all of our, and Richard Lugan, they gave him these days, and there was this announcement that y'all remember that someone bought it. What happened to that? They gave him the exclusive 30 days to go find the money. But we all knew he can't find the money. The multiple's crazy. That's nuts. So it seemed to me that they were making us, it takes a lot. And I'm not going to say I was talking to him direct. I was part of a group. You see, I'd already asked Puff if I could buy the company. As soon as he was going through problems, I said, I can help. Let me take that. And he was like, I'll pause. I was like, pause. I was like, let me take that. And he was like, nah, I'm good, Playboy, but thanks for asking. I truly appreciate it. And I left it at that. But I knew then he would never sell it to me. So again, I just said, I'll play the back, pause. And, so it takes a lot. I went and raised money. I went and did, and after Richard Lou didn't come back, there was, other people started bidding on it. And I did, and my group did as well. And it didn't sell to anybody. All of a sudden, the common has it. And I'm thinking, like, who's the person that solicited this in the first place? And it was the Tavio. Not to me, but to my group. Said all these offers, and it's called, like, they didn't really do a management buyout. But what I do know is if it did get bought for the debt, they get no money. And it seemed like the Tavio I don't talk to Detavio. I talk us putting bosses take losses, busting down the profit with an advance. And I didn't even ask for one. He volunteered it, but with a pathway to ownership so I could see exactly how things were going. So I asked him, and then he told me, I got to talk to you when I see you. Talk to my man. What's the dude's name? Dion. Talk to Dion. So all I'm saying, we have a handshake deal. Let's move on. I told him I was making the announcement. I talked to Dion. I tell him I'm going on the breakfast. So I said for the month. But I guess for them, they thought it was going to be like Cameron's CEO for the day. That's how they took it. I'm like, nah, I'm the chairman of my shit, and I am trying to buy. But it was, I was going to throw jabs at Cam because I don't work for you. I don't need permission to make an announcement, but I did as a partner tell you what I was going to do. You knew I was going to the Breakfast Club on Monday. You know how early they shoot. And I talked to him, and I told him what I was going to say. That I was the chairman, but I wanted to say that I was the interim chairman. Say interim, say chairman, because it's fuck with everybody else. I want you to, so he doesn't doing this, and they think him in, and now there's pandemonium in his office because he didn't talk to his crew. Doesn't that sound a little bit like what Cameron did when he went to president? Had a real conversation, and it was only me going to announce. Did the Rock me Breakfast Club, and I told him that I had a comment from Detavio as well, but it was temp till I spoke to him, and I just forgot to take. But just because I did make a mistake there, but for some reason they disappeared. So the last time we spoke was Saturday, then Sunday's coming through, and I'm texting them, but after a while, I'm like, yo, I'm dating Dash. You're not going to, I'm not text tens of millions of dollars of debt. My company, my family office has zero.
He just broke his leg, y'all.
So we sell our company, we get all the money.
Damn.
The family office. So
Miami Dolphins side, he just broke his leg running out of bounds. This shit was twisted up. It went on commercial, man. Let's see how bad it is when it comes back. Shout out to Dame though. He's on point with what he's saying. Y'all listen.
I'm like, why would they do that? Unless they're. So I was going to make the announcement, but I was going to explain that I'm the chairman of my crew when I'm on Revolt, and that probably would have made it where it wasn't so much pandemonium. And before y'all let me just explain it, because it made my people I'm working with uncomfortable, and now I have to sue them. So I hit them with a letter of demand, a demand letter rather, for $100 to $200 million. But it's really, to me, I think it's Detavio. So now I'm thinking, if he had no intention of me buying the company, why would he want my content on there? Oh, so they might get $200 million and there'll be room for comment. So it seems like he's only doing what's in the best interest of the common stock. And that means the only way that they could sell is if there's a big number. And when I asked him, he said, "No, I don't want no money." I mean, he said, "We don't want to." I said, because I even told him, I said, "Yo, I just take the debt." He said, "No, we want an injection of money." And then I realized that it made sense. So that's how. And you won't talk. And if he would just talk to me, Detavio, if you would have picked up the phone, Dion, why both of y'all? Well, just explain that when someone asked you in the interview why you didn't pick up the phone, knowing that I was going to do the announcement.
Pick up the phone,
and
Dad.
why did you tell me there was a pathway?
Ooh, bro, this nigga's
Like, I'm not waiting till October. And why you think I got to ask you if I have to make an announcement? Now, I might have been wrong about your announcement. They hit me and said, "Don't make it." And I said, "Cool." That one is going to be in deadline.
That was Tyreek.
But I did give them the opportunity to tell me to chill, and y'all didn't do that. And it looked like you did it on purpose. Cam, to me, collaborated with that publicly and played us before. And I don't know if the just BC, if I said it right, they own the debt. They sold it to Black Rock. This is all public. Black Rock owns. So Black Rock pause. I know he's not in the best interest of the overall revolt. He's only protecting Common. So, right now what I want to do is pivot to playing, because I see what y'all do. All of these, like, things, titles, I was unhinged when y'all that was comedy, because I know you keep G posts so that all your negativity could be on my feed. And I'm noticing I got 30 million people that's come to my Instagram and not one follow. Seems weird to me. Looking into that. So again, at the time you see this, I would probably have already followed Tavio and on iHeart and Charlemagne and the rest, everyone except Jessica Hilarious. And the reason why I had to do with that thing with Cam was because he was talking about my family and people love me. And there are people that I know that I cannot control. I don't even bring them around. And he probably has this thing. So in order for that, like what you told me was, "Yo, bro, a couple of times I wanted to punch this nigga in his face and they would disrespect, jump in." So make sure people.
Real nigga talk. The Dolphins just scored a touchdown. So the score is 17-3. One of the Jets put 7 on the board. We'll find out after these commercial break messages. Continue with Dame, man. Dame's spitting jewels right now.
So I'll deal with these things on my own. Let me do it my own. And Larry's wife, Larry's family, little Larry Jr., his sister. I really love y'all and I miss y'all in my life. And that beef is squashed between us. Pause. Hopefully Cam and I can resolve it with the right plan. because it's all legal. And I want y'all to learn from this. So another announcement I was going to make is that I'm going to do a bankruptcy show and a show about my teeth. As it relates to my teeth, Killer Mike hit me the other day and he was like, yo, I got a good dentist for you. And I was like, well, I put the best dentist in the world. I sent the dentist for him. His dentist was ill, but then his dentist hit him back and was like, nah, that nigga's really ill. And the funny thing is, he's really my friend. I've known him for 30 years. No, I'd say since my teeth, which might have been 20-something years. And since he did my teeth, it was about 200 grand or whatever it was. He did Rachel's teeth. He's never charged me, and I hope I'm not telling our business, but as a friend, he'd be like, I can't charge you for your teeth because you're my friend. So my teeth and getting them fixed, because like I said, everyone gets the teeth fixed. I'm just the only one that shows it. So I guess whoever got implants while you were going through the process, you were snaggletooth and you were this and you were that. Now, there were more things I was going to say based on what Cam and what I heard that he said, but because of Daniel, I'm not going to address him anymore because I know this isn't the best representation of us. But all that will matter is where we end up. We do argue in Harlem. It's just we don't usually do it publicly. And I would have preferred not to, but can't publicly say not take a call. I called Pete. And I think, and the Queen of Harlem. And we're training, and you came to my house and you went and got some gloves because I was like, go get some. And we boxed in my backyard. That was the fight I was talking about. That was it. I didn't think that was anything that should have triggered you because it really. And that was caught me one time, and I gave you your props. What I was saying is, I respected the fact that you wanted a fair one, but I just wanted you to respect that I gave you a fair one. Come home from jail, and this is a dude I used to hit with Pax paws, and he used to run the fuck off every time. And my friends used to want to, people I was working with used to want to hurt him because I used to keep giving him chances. And he went to jail, did a little skid bit. I said, fuck it, come on. But again, I was just saying that, you wanted your lick back. And I said, all right, I'm 40 something. I'll give it to you. Pause. And I gave you a shot. That's all I was saying. So that's what I was saying. I don't know what all that other shit you were saying was. Like I said, Larry, all I could do is give you love right now because I know you need it. So I'm not going to even say nothing. Get a pass. I wanted to, get everything done for my family office, but I didn't want nobody to know what I was doing for the family office because Chris Brown started sending letters. And a lot of the things that were major we were doing, he complicated it because there's so many gray areas. And when you send a legal letter to corporate, they completely shut down. So I couldn't have that. So I said, let me get everything fixed. And there's been a lot of people that have done things to me over the years. And it costs a lot of money in legal fees. And I had to make sure there was a way and I could be strong enough because a lot of people I got to take on. And it's hard to do that when you have $25 million worth of debt. So, and I got to go through a hearing and all this. And I'm sure Chris Brown will accuse me of hiding money and all this other shit. Based on the lawyer, based on his actions already. He's been calling my bankruptcy lawyer, like, let me talk to you. And he's like, nah, send it in writing. And then he doesn't reply anymore. And then Monique Bunn calls my bankruptcy lawyer, talking gibberish. And that's the one that accused me of a sexual assault and lost. Tried to sue me for $250 million, 15 from me and 15 from Rock. But I didn't like the fact they put my girl through a lot. That's not what I want for her or my family office. She had to go through a trial, be accused of sexual assault. She had to go on a stand. We got questioned on a stand about the difference between me and the Dash Group, and the judge said, cool. But yet Chris Brown still sends all these letters. So again, I feel like he's not going to stop attacking and doing all the things they did. So I sent them a demand letter for a RICO, and I actually testified falsely for benefit. And now the thing she's saying, like, that's appropriate. The good thing is I tape everything. And this is exactly what she told the judge. And she did a bunch of interviews saying I was the best director in the world. And she spent a lot of time with my family, but she did one thing that was a big mistake. She kicked my dog. She kicked up. Let's go. Kicked him right in his chest for him to get fur on her clothes. And I thought that was inhumane. And then she goes on and says that Rocky's not of color because she's only half Puerto Rican. You're half white. I don't understand that. And used to get on my bed in front of my girl, and I never ever made any sexual advances to you. Number one, and it's no disrespect, I'm not attracted to you. Your feet are terrible. You got the worst feet. Put them on camera and show everybody your feet. And if you show them the feet, you already know I had no intentions of doing anything with you ever. I don't remember saying anything inappropriate to you. And I'm going to show y'all the first day. I'm going to probably put a clip, but you can see the out. I don't think you could fabricate direct thing. But what was said on stand didn't bring Columbus Short. I did. And you can ask Columbus Short. You might know Columbus Short, but he would never be in one of those movies. The only reason why Columbus was in the movie because he knows I do festival movies. And the way I edited that movie, the list, everybody's up in the theater. And I think you guys did yourself a big injustice because, well, however y'all did it, I didn't look at it. But it's a Tubi movie now. It's terrible. Allegedly. So a demand letter and the rest of their whole squad. And I'll break that down and my reasons why I have in my house with the pause, the other editor. I edited that shit for nights and days. Timothy Bloom did the music. They did, and I was really proud of what I did. And I didn't like that y'all. To me, my assistant take credit what I did. Brian White with money. So they are letters. But I'm being all this type of shit. But the reason why is because I went through so many trials that I really am very seasoned because of Chris Brown. I've seen the effect of what he does, so I know the effect. So I know now y'all gonna see how it feels when I do it back, and it's not retaliatory. I just wanted you to do everything. Like, I don't understand why you would push Reasonable Doubt to auction knowing you're not going to make $1, or any of my assets to auction knowing that child support came first. Then that 20, I thought it was all to try to embarrass me. But if you could say why you did those things, tell it to the judge. But unless you settle, we will see you in court. That's a guarantee. And I think I might. So I'm learning. Supposed to file these on Monday. See this? You'll already aware that you have a lawsuit, and then I just gotta make sure I deliver them to you. But it's not hard to tell where the Breakfast Club is. You'll go there every single day. But at the end of the day, this has been fun. And it's all been very, very planned. Nothing react. And I did take a lot of what I did, my inspiration golf about too. And this is also because Steve, when American New, please, Black Rock that I'll give you a plan, but I think Detavio's taking he makes too much money. And I think that's what he's protecting, his salary and the interest of his common stock. Detavio, you're common. Your new name is Common Detavio. Later.
For this Jets defense, move the pocket, change the location of where the quarterback's throwing from. You're seeing a little bit of a.
That's it, Dave. I see, Dave. Speak your mind, man. Fight back how you think you can fight back. You know. It's a classic case of the trying to blackball him. And he's trying to fight back in the pocket. That's all. But it's 17-10. Dolphins on top. 7:20 left in the third quarter. Let's go. Third down and 8. Steps up, scanning the field. Is he going to take off? Takes a big shot, draws a flag. He was sliding and got hammered, and that's going to be another costly Jets. These aren't flags for anything, though. He's got to be smarter than this. You better call. Start calling all these bum-ass flags. First thing I think about when he takes off, when he goes on a run like this and takes that shot, thank God that he's okay. First of all, I'm not going to rub this thanks to a good one. Now we go play his college football on this field with the Hurricanes. Obviously, it's still a Polynesian connection. Yeah, I almost gave to a concussion again. Almost gave each other. You got to just kind of steer clear. I'm just having too much. That's really somebody would have made some spot, but he does appear to be good. Him in specific. Another penalty though. Jets hurting themselves. First and 10 on the 20. Warrior game. Nice. Nice. Let's win against next year. Your trying to establish our own identity right now. When we get down here inside the red area, we have some choices to make. Do you
want to kind of bring people into the box and deal with
Tyreek, though. Tyreek
see what that has done to this defense as far as
got hurt bad, yeah.
Anytime Mullins on the field, no play action. Man coverage on this Jets defense. Still on the field on 7-6. If that gets going again, it's on the move again. Let's see short across the middle. Which is made by Waddle. Who's got yardage for a first and goal. It is a flag that in a secondary. It's going to be against New York. Contact. So on the move again, it's becoming exactly like that. That's right. They run the football. They're see Isaiah Oliver. Again, you don't have to grab. Just get in position to play basketball. When you play man-to-man coverage, they get the bunch sets. It's been a certain night. You have to get on different levels. You can't when you run up there and play man-to-man. You got to look across at your guy, at your teammate, and back up. You can change the level so you don't take each other off. And that's what's happening.
First and goal.
Touchdown by Field.
Whenever he ran through that jet sweep, that was like it was freaking papier mache. Wack ass. And they were up Terry Hill. 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. He's a 5. Damn it. 23-10. It's over. Broncos and the Bengals are gonna have a good game.
On display for two tonight.
But do y'all get it? The whole Damon Revolt situation? They can't be out here talking business with somebody and then pulling the rug from under them after they went on the show. For wanting themselves as an entertainer or entity, an entrepreneur. So, litigation is serious. And sometimes it's needed. Because he did show the text messages. The question is, why would you talk business like that with him if he wasn't able to acquire the business? I don't get it.
We play Monday Night Football, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, Chiefs, and the Jaguars. Game time Eastern on ESPN app. Or ESPN playing a half after 6. So once again, the Jets found themselves down 14. 25 yards and passes on that drive. Gardner that hit to him. Because they touchdown on the H-Chan. It's everything to look at. You're going to see two open and then H-Chan jab. Now, what that does, pay attention there. This is going to be a down block and then an up block. We're just trying to freeze those defenders with the jab. You get the motion, jab, freeze, down block, down block. Then we have a fullback leading on the corner. Next job on Ingles. We're creating that space offensively. I create the space by the jab and the down block. The rest is up to the dynamic playmaker, H.E. So all that being said, we still have two, at the very least, attempts at stopping sort of the goal line of any space. And that's just this. Move well on that first half. That's just made first reported. Mason Taylor, second shot that mark. Yeah, quality had one rushing touchdown. The motivation here is the speedster, Marvin Mims. Take the top off receiver, scores the left touchdown. It's 14-3 Broncos. And Mile High.
14-3 Broncos already.
Yeah. Maybe 10 weeks for the Jets taking a little bit when the play with the Miami Dolphins. Play action. Across midfield, except about 5 on first down. Yeah, I agree with you, Lou. I still think you got almost 20 minutes in this game. You're still running the football. Justin's long run skews a little bit, but probably over 6 yards per carry. Run the football. I like the play action that moves the pocket for him. Just makes it promotes the legs. The threat of the run game, obviously, is there. If you average him at the 2 yards rushing this game, it's there. When you call it.
What's the field? Second and 5. 4 minutes left. Let's go. And
Time he is slammed down. You got nothing going. Zach Sealer actually got behind the line yard. That's a heck of a job. Like the line of scrimmage by Sealer.
the whole yard. Went off the whole yard, yo.
I've got to find a way to give Garrett Wilson a little bit of a free release. It's right here at the end of the bunch. I've got to find a way to get him in an area where he can get a three-way no choice route and trust in his face. Try to give it to Isaiah Davis. And instead of getting closer for a potential program, they lose yardage again. Sealer back-to-back tackles for loss on the punt team. He's been one of their most consistent defensive linemen. He had tackled him in a 2-year run. We're with a contract extension this offseason for these kinds of plays. Critical third down plays. You keep the offensive line competing.
Still 4th and 7. They got a punt.
That's what they need from the players. I like that play call. Take the ball in your best player's hands.
Oh, for the Jets hanging up. I don't even think y'all gonna win 5 games this season.
Taylor, both plays against that sack. The Jets goes for loss along that drive.
But let's go with this one. When Dame Dash caught the epiphany. Maybe these niggas is messing with me. I don't know.
Glad to have you back to Cam Capone News.
What's popping?
Hey, nothing much, man. How things been for you lately?
It's been great. Everything's going according to plan.
That's what's up, man. So I'm gonna get right into it. You know, you've been making a lot of news lately. You know, what's your thoughts generally been on everything that's been going on these past few weeks?
Well, you know, my plan was to clear my debt and then launch all my fan platforms, how they were going to make me represent me as related to the bankruptcy, and then how they were going to look at all the new announcements that we were making. And I knew that everything that I do, they always downplay it. They always discredit it. I don't know why. And I had to make sure they wouldn't do that anymore. Announcement with Revolt, they don't care. So big, you know what I mean? More urban, because business move, and not most people can even owe $25 million based on taxes. And that the reason why I owe taxes is because my accountant Barry Clarberg just simply didn't pay him, and I didn't know, you know. But they just kept cutting me off, and their intention was for me to look bad. So it goes, and then if they're not accountable and change, then I got to hit them with a lawsuit. I got to, because they keep compromising everything, all the businesses that is right here, all the businesses. Thank you, Nikki Liggy, the white lesbian Aaliyah. She's here with us as well, helping me out. You know, and then as related to the Revolt thing, again, you know, I've been trying to buy Revolt for a long time, but the price that they're trying to sell it for is not like, Revolt has no assets. If you know why I wanted Revolt was that contract or carriage, I was probably going to change the name, just like Byron Allen did with the Black News Channel. I was trying to buy the Black News Channel. They, not the Tavio, but his man Dion was the one that volunteered for me to be the chairman. But the only reason why I was going to put my content on a Revolt was so that I could also would be able to justify taking that, you know, that big debt. And it's, you know, allegedly, I think it's about $80 to $70 million. And the Tavio runs Common. He has the Common. So if you understand stocks, there's like preferred, common. So if a company sells, the debt gets paid, preferred gets paid first, what's left is common. So the only way for, but it's just not worth it. The multiple right now in the TV industry is 4 or less because it's declining. They wanted 10, and that wasn't, you know, anything that you could traditionally get bankrolled. So ultimately, the bank that dollar debt, they just want that shit off their books. But if that happens, the Tavio representing the Common won't make $1. You understand what I'm saying? So he was tricking me. He was tricking me, allegedly, to put my content on there, telling me there's a pathway to ownership. But all he was going to do is inflate his numbers so it would justify selling it for a certain amount to someone else. Because that's what bought it. What happened to that? Remember that? They made that announcement that it was bought. It's because they gave him they have no assets. They don't make original programming. They license all their shit. Why? Because they can't afford to make original content, which is why they were trying to get mine. But what they did before, what it appears allegedly, is they've made us put all these offers in, made me fly around because I didn't do it in my name. Fees, with like one part of the group, best lawyers, and then it was only to inflate numbers so they could show that it was worth a certain amount, so that they could. To me, it looks like so they could sell the people that gave them the debt. It's, I think it's HSB to BlackRock. It was all bullshit to me. It was a waste of time, and that shit is expensive. So I don't appreciate him keep doing. Then, and he didn't call me the first go around. That was a while ago. He called me recently and told me, "Yo, you still want to buy Revolt?" That, and when I looked at the books and I brought it to a very, very credible financial institution, and they said this shit ain't even worth the debt. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even call him back after I looked at the books. And the only reason why I'm saying is because he publicly said that I wasn't trying to buy. There was no pathway for ownership with me. Then like Cam admitted it on his television show, and to this day, Revolt, after I sent them the demand letter, they're still playing that shit. So, but I'm gonna fight. It is what it is. You're only representing yeah. I'll take the debt, but I need the contract. And DeTavio got his. They've been it up. His salary is too high. They all they're worried about is protecting their salaries. But the Tavio, if you would have worked with me, I would have kept you on. Pause. But don't about who's the chairman. When my content is on Revolt, I'm the chairman of my staff when I'm on Revolt. So I am the chairman, but y'all volunteered that. But I only think you were doing that to line me up to play jokes with Cameron. And, I don't think I'm going to see the problem is with me as a street. It's hard for me to go to a courtroom and start suing people. They can't even afford to make a TV show scripted, which is why you never saw it, allegedly.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon.
Hmm? I think it's frustration. I mean, not crazy. You got a little bit of chase there. And speaking of levels. 24-10 still. First and 20. Offensive pass interference. He pushed off on the defender. I've seen that plenty of times in the NFL and in college.
He sees that real time, and it looks like enough to cause separation. It's a good point. He was ruled.
So I don't know if that's
That replay that he did get that. I think you're right. I think we would end up with a few there on the catch. Potential touchdown, take it away. Another costly major penalty for the Jets in the third quarter. Three of them in that quarter. Get the board down by 2 scores. Underneath the threes hole. Let's get to the back in now.
nice.
To the play. You're going to see one of these self-inflicted penalties again. I believe on the Jets. I'm off the line. Simpson trying to finish, trying to be aggressive, just going maybe crossing the line. The ball was gone for a couple seconds before that flag came out. Personal foul. After the flag, personal foul. Censor Buckness, offensive 78. Yeah, he made 6 yards. So, yeah. That's 10 penalties for this Jets football team. It's become a serious storyline, and if the Jets do fall to 0-4, that's going to be a common theme in these losses. They have really been costly tonight. See it here. He's just going to finish it. Then he's going to fall on top of it now and give it an extra. It's just being selfish. I don't think that's right. Well, hey, Aaron, Glenn, in their words, how do we win? We got to eliminate stupid. Their words. Obviously, tackle better. We got to play with more details and play smarter. That has not been the case for this football team tonight. Still a quarter or so left. But all the things that they have said, they really wanted to and believe they were going to correct. 10 penalties, 3 turnovers, bunch of missed tackles. It continues to show itself. Second and 28, and all the way to the 8-yard line to reach the first down marker. Fields outside the pocket will take off. Not as much as he hopes for. And Jets fans want the flag of the silence. There isn't one. She didn't force him out. Six or somebody offensive line came with Lanny Bench and John going after that play. They like the fact that their quarterback was slung down inside the paint. That was 5 yards out of bounds. They started to finish the play. The infield this game is getting chippy. Both of these teams trying to be physical. 3rd and 19. You get 2 plays to get a field goal. We're going to hold on here.
3rd and 24.
Savage play, reset the play clock. You can see Garrett Wilson on the field as they stop the play clock. Yelling over at the bench, throw me the ball. Yeah, so I think if you're going to get one-on-one, I'd be shocked if you do. I think you take a shot. If not, targets deal with Justin Fields.
There's the Fields. Back with it. Intercepted.
They're going to stop the play. It was not an interception. Ball hit the ground. Washington.
We got the ball back.
The Dolphins go back to work.
Down at the 38. First and 10.
No doubt. It's a very, very tough thing. I don't know the prognosis, but Tyreek will make out for a very extended period of time. That's the awful news. The good news for Miami is they got a weapon at the tight end, but they might have ways to create one of the impacts. Tight end threat. As far as their balls, they protected to support Revolt tonight. That's the good news.
He's still winning the game.
Chan drives those legs. Picks up that
That's a great loss, though. Tyreek Hill's going to be out for like the season for sure. I don't know how long he'll be out for when he break his knee.
the ability to put the quarterback under center and just tell the defense this could be wrong. So often teams in Miami's been victim of it. They look at me gone. Defensive line are anticipating pressure, right? Anticipating that pass. So here comes that pass rush. I think just that. They need a little bit of fullback football. It's really balanced up their offense. Hey, Chance, I can't ignore the snap. That's I want to strip it right. It's also low scriptness. It's allowing the offensive line to fire off the ball, to impact the game rather than catch the defensive lineman. They're attacking the outside. Right now, maybe struggling with the ball back, trying to best protect. They check some aggressiveness and let them get up on their hand, how they're trying to come off the ball. It's just benefiting everyone. Commit yourself to play the game back. Actually, see if you want to get this right going. They get out of line for this way over the head and over that time. Get out of your approach tonight. Yeah, this is the second straight third down. Jets short three-step man, failed to solve post snap. Early on, the man defense, they were getting killed with those punches and kicks and runs. Now, Steve Wilkes, the defensive coordinator, showing you one thing three-step, change hits his own post snap. It was good to get their defense off the field. 2 steps are up. Third down. Really?
Twenty-four to 13. Well, Tyreek, you gone for the season, homeboy. He's gonna go. I'm gonna take some time off, chill, heal up. Yo, you gonna have to have some surgery on that knee. You snap that shit. I never seen a nigga lift up his leg like that. What you know I'm gonna do? Since we doing it real big tonight, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this. Two to this, not do this. How we gonna finish it up? So y'all stay tuned, man. I'll be back. You know, I'll be back at it in a bit. The score is 24-13. 12 minutes left. Where my Mizzo? Back.